You might find it surprising, but regularly eating the wrong types of nuts can increase your risk of heart disease by almost 50%, especially if you are an older adult. This finding makes sense considering it comes from a study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, which was carried out over several years. Here is the frightening part. Some of the most commonly stored nuts in kitchens can silently raise blood pressure, trigger inflammation, obstruct arteries, and even worsen mental decline. Despite this, many elderly people consume them believing they are healthy. There is one particular nut, which we will reveal shortly, that has been linked to high levels of a toxic compound. Consuming it regularly may damage your liver, kidneys, and cognitive functions. You probably already have this nut among your snacks, the very one often praised by low-carb diet followers as beneficial, but which might actually cause lasting harm to older adults. However, do not worry, because in this video you will receive a thorough guide on nut consumption. You will learn which nuts are safest, the best for heart health, which support brain function, and importantly, which ones to stay away from at all costs. Make sure to watch until the very end as we expose a grim reality about the most dangerous nut, a truth rarely talked about that might be significantly harming your well-being without you even realizing it. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more similar content. Before we dive in, leave a comment telling us where you are watching from. Now, let us introduce the 4 types of nuts that are essential for seniors to include in their diet. Starting with the 4th nut, the bone-strengthening champion, almonds. Almonds rank among the top choices for aging bodies due to their impressive amounts of calcium and vitamin E. These nutrients work together to maintain bone density and strength. As we get older, fractures become more dangerous because our bones lose density and become fragile. After the age of 65, natural bone loss accelerates. But consuming just 1/4 cup of almonds daily can help slow this process by supplying nearly 100 milligrams of calcium. Beyond calcium, almonds also offer magnesium, which many older adults are deficient in. Magnesium plays a key role in safely transporting calcium where it is needed, preventing it from accumulating in arteries and promoting bone health. In addition, almonds provide beneficial monounsaturated fats that support heart wellness by reducing bad LDL cholesterol levels, which is critical since cardiovascular risks rise with age. A daily portion of 15 to 20 raw or dry roasted almonds without added salt is recommended for seniors. Lastly, almonds can combat constipation, a common problem for about 40% of elderly individuals, thanks to their generous fiber content of roughly 3.5 grams per serving. Research from Tufts University reveals that almonds play a crucial role in protecting brain cells from oxidative damage, a common concern as people age. Choose almonds with their skins intact because the skin contains flavonoids that, when paired with vitamin E, make almonds twice as effective antioxidants. However, almonds can pose a choking risk for older adults who have difficulty swallowing, so it is essential to chew them thoroughly before eating. Moving on to walnuts, this nut is renowned for its brain-boosting benefits. Their familiar shape, resembling the brain, makes them a symbol of cognitive health. Walnuts provide the highest plant-based omega-3 fatty acid called alpha-linolenic acid compared to other nuts. This nutrient plays a vital role in neurotransmission and maintaining the integrity of brain cell membranes, especially for older adults. Studies have demonstrated that consuming about 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily for 8 weeks can improve mental flexibility and processing speed. Recent research published in the Journal of Nutrition suggests that the unique polyphenols in walnuts may help slow the progression of neurodegenerative disorders such as Alzheimer's and dementia by crossing the blood-brain barrier and reducing inflammation in the nervous system. Many people are unaware of walnuts' powerful impact on brain health. Walnuts also contain melatonin, a hormone whose levels typically decline with age, often causing sleep difficulties for many older adults. Some individuals discover that having a handful of walnuts before bedtime improves the quality of their sleep. The combination of arginine, an amino acid that supports healthy blood vessels, and polyphenols, which reduce oxidative damage, makes walnuts extremely supportive of heart health. In fact, walnuts can boost the effectiveness of blood pressure medications by helping seniors maintain flexible arteries. To maximize their benefits, store walnuts in the refrigerator to preserve their fragile oils from spoiling. It is recommended to consume 7 to 9 walnut halves daily. Additionally, cracking walnuts by hand can help keep your manual dexterity sharp whenever you have the opportunity. Do not be discouraged by their mildly bitter taste, as it signals a rich concentration of antioxidants. Pistachios are another excellent nut for managing blood pressure, especially for older individuals. When considering nuts that benefit seniors, pistachios might be the most underrated option for blood pressure control. They stand out due to their low sodium and high potassium content, approximately 285 milligrams per serving, making them a healthy snack choice. This mineral composition is crucial for the elderly because it helps prevent excessive salt retention by the kidneys, which often becomes problematic with advancing age. Pistachios may reduce systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, similarly to some prescription drugs, but without the harmful side effects. Additionally, pistachios contain lutein and zeaxanthin, carotenoids that should be emphasized because they protect against age-related macular degeneration, which is the leading cause of vision loss in people over 60. By focusing on the macula of the eye, these nutrients help preserve eyesight. Older adults can enjoy the satisfying crunch of pistachios without worrying about the damage that harder nuts might cause to their teeth and gums. Beyond their visual appeal, the antioxidants found in the unique green and purple colors of pistachios help neutralize free radicals that accelerate aging throughout the body. Pistachios are especially beneficial for seniors due to their convenience, helping to prevent overeating while providing a mindful eating experience that can be calming and also boost cognitive function. The process of shelling pistachios naturally slows down how fast they are consumed. According to the International Journal of Obesity, the clear presence of empty shells offers a visual cue that helps older adults better monitor how much they eat. Even those with arthritis in their hands can still enjoy pistachios by opting for varieties that are half opened. A good goal is to consume roughly 49 pistachios daily, which equals about 1 ounce of nuts that are either unsalted or lightly salted. This is particularly important for the 25% of Americans over the age of 65 who have diabetes or related health issues. For those who are pre-diabetic, the 3 grams of fiber found in each ounce of pistachios play a significant role in managing blood sugar levels effectively. Next, Brazil nuts are a valuable solution for thyroid health. We place Brazil nuts at the top of the list because they support thyroid function, which is a vital yet often overlooked aspect of healthy aging. With 96 micrograms or 137% of your daily selenium needs packed into just one nut, Brazil nuts stand out as the richest known source of this essential mineral. Many thyroid conditions remain undiagnosed since their symptoms are frequently confused with the natural aging process. This matters greatly since thyroid problems affect up to 20% of individuals over the age of 65. Selenium from Brazil nuts is essential for activating thyroid hormones, which in turn promote energy production, metabolism, and emotional regulation. Beyond thyroid support, certain fatty acids in Brazil nuts help maintain myelin, the protective sheath surrounding nerve fibers that typically deteriorates with age. This preservation may help older adults maintain quicker reflexes, faster reaction times, and sharper cognitive functions. What is notable about the selenium present in Brazil nuts is that it is organically bound, making it more bioavailable and easier for the body to absorb compared to synthetic selenium supplements. Brazil nuts are so potent that consuming only a few can provide noticeable benefits, and their rich and creamy texture makes even small portions enjoyable. In fact, I often recommend them specifically for seniors too. Limit your intake of Brazil nuts to no more than 1 or 2 daily because excessive selenium can have adverse effects. When buying Brazil nuts, choose those still in their shells since this natural covering preserves their nutrients much longer. Given their high fat content, storing them in the refrigerator prevents spoilage. These nuts contain a mix of fiber and natural oils that promote healthy digestion, which is particularly beneficial for older adults who often face constipation. Many elderly individuals tend to reach for less healthy snacks, but Brazil nuts offer a delicious alternative with their naturally sweet and creamy taste. Exciting new research indicates that some antioxidants present in Brazil nuts might slow the shortening of telomeres, the protective ends of chromosomes that gradually shrink with age and impact cellular aging. If you are 65 or older, these nuts could be an excellent choice for you. Now, moving on to nuts that some seniors should avoid or consume carefully, one of the inflammatory culprits is peanuts. Although they are widely consumed, peanuts can pose problems for many older adults. It is important to recognize that peanuts are not true nuts, but legumes that grow underground. This characteristic makes them vulnerable to mold and aflatoxins, harmful toxins produced by certain molds that can damage the liver and raise health risks. Consuming peanuts frequently can raise the risk of developing cancer. As we age, our body's ability to detoxify steadily declines, which means this danger increases further. It is particularly concerning for older adults that peanuts contain proteins capable of triggering inflammatory responses in some individuals even without a diagnosed allergy. Aging people already face greater challenges with joint pain, heart strain, and cognitive decline. This low-level inflammation can worsen all these conditions simultaneously. Most citizens of the United States already consume too many omega-6 fatty acids compared to the anti-inflammatory omega-3 types. The large amount of omega-6 found in peanuts contributes to this imbalance. Many healthcare providers fail to inform their elderly patients about the potentially deadly interaction that can occur between peanuts and blood-thinning medications such as warfarin due to the vitamin K content in peanuts. Moreover, commercial peanut butters often contain hydrogenated oils, extra salt, and sugars that exacerbate these health concerns, especially affecting the aging cardiovascular system. Nearly two-thirds of American seniors suffer from high blood pressure and have plenty to worry about. Even natural peanut butter, without any salt added, can contribute to raising blood pressure. Improper storage causes peanuts to spoil and generate harmful free radicals, which is another serious problem. The common industrial method of dry roasting peanuts produces acrylamide, a toxic substance potentially harmful to brain function. This aspect is particularly alarming for older adults prone to cognitive difficulties. People who are already worried about memory decline may benefit from changing their nut intake. Even if you frequently consume peanuts without obvious negative effects, swapping them for some of our recommended nuts just 3 times a week can provide essential nutrients and reduce your contact with harmful compounds. Now let's focus on cashews. Their sugar content increase is not obvious at first glance because cashews contain a very high amount of carbohydrates and have a strong impact on blood sugar levels. They present a special concern for older adults. Compared to true tree nuts, cashews have less fiber, fewer protective substances, and about 9 grams of carbohydrates per ounce. Nearly 1/4 of people over 65 suffer from diabetes, and almost half have prediabetes. This leads to blood sugar spikes that could harm them. This situation is troubling since cashews are often regarded as healthy. Many seniors eat these nuts excessively without considering the potential effect on their glucose levels. Additionally, the smooth curve shape of cashews creates a choking risk, especially for those with difficulty swallowing. They rank among the most frequently inhaled nuts by the elderly. From a nutritional standpoint, cashews are less ideal because they contain a high amount of oxalates. These compounds bind to calcium in the digestive system and reduce calcium uptake. This represents a serious issue for older adults who face a higher risk of bone loss. Those already more vulnerable to kidney stones should also be cautious with consuming cashews. The risk becomes significantly higher after reaching the age of 60 because of these same oxalates. There is an additional hidden issue related to the way cashews are processed. During the long procedures needed to remove urushiol, a toxic substance also present in poison ivy, cashews lose much of their nutritional benefits. Many commercially available brands are roasted in oil and heavily salted, which introduces unhealthy fats and excess sodium that can worsen blood pressure and put more strain on the heart. Cashews also have enzyme blockers that can make digesting protein more difficult. This poses a particular problem for older adults who often struggle with digesting food and absorbing enough protein. This fact is not widely known. One factor that might contribute to weight gain during a period of life when staying healthy and maintaining an ideal weight is increasingly challenging is the smooth and creamy texture of cashews. This makes it very easy to eat too many. It is better to replace cashews regularly with walnuts or almonds for a snack that is healthier, less risky for aging bodies, and offers better nutritional value. In addition to this, macadamia nuts, although delicious, present a notable health risk for seniors because they have an extremely high calorie content. Macadamias are the nut with the greatest calorie density, containing roughly 200 calories per ounce. Since metabolic rates naturally decline with age, managing weight becomes even more complicated for older adults. The gallbladder's functionality is also reduced during this stage of life, adding to these challenges. The impact is worsened by their exceptionally high fat content, approximately 22 grams per ounce. Macadamias can trigger painful flare-ups that might otherwise remain unnoticed by the 15% of seniors with silent gallstones. Beyond their calorie load, macadamias rank among the nuts with the highest saturated fat levels, roughly 3 grams per ounce, which can elevate LDL cholesterol, a concern for many elderly individuals. Due to their density and toughness, macadamias pose a significant risk to oral health, especially for seniors who have crowns, bridges, or fragile teeth. This concern is heightened for those above 65 years old, as enamel tends to weaken from wear and decrease calcium absorption. From a practical standpoint, macadamias are also among the most pricey nuts, potentially leading budget-conscious seniors to opt for cheaper alternatives that are more prone to rancidity or improper storage, which exposes them to harmful oxidized fats. The nutritional profile of store-bought macadamias is already far from ideal, further compromised by oil roasting and excessive salting that increase sodium and damage fats. Their rich, buttery taste might encourage overeating, particularly among older adults who often prefer stronger flavors due to less sensitive palates. It is alarming that many elderly people consume macadamias believing they are benefiting their heart health, despite studies of nuts' cardiovascular benefits, largely overlooking or minimizing the risks associated with macadamias. The impact of high-fat nuts such as macadamias is significant. However, Pistachios offer a notably richer nutritional value that is particularly beneficial for older adults. Therefore, if you have been consuming macadamias frequently, you might want to think about making a switch to pistachios. Pine nuts, which come from pine trees, are known to interfere with medications and pose significant challenges for the elderly. This issue is especially severe for this age group because these nuts contain compounds that can interact with over 60% of the drugs commonly prescribed to seniors. This interaction raises serious concerns since it may reduce the effectiveness of vital medications or cause harmful side effects. While many prescription drugs are known to affect one another, this is especially evident with statins, certain antidepressants, and blood pressure medicines given to people older than 65. Rarely do doctors or pharmacists inform their patients about the dangers of food and medicine interactions, which is a critical warning sign. One of the most alarming conditions is known as pine nut syndrome, which results in a bitter metallic taste lingering for weeks after consumption. Although this might seem trivial at first, it can have devastating consequences for elderly individuals because changes in taste are linked to reduced appetite and poorer nutritional health. Studies reveal that up to 42% of older adults experience significant weight loss connected to these taste disturbances. This underscores the importance of being cautious about nut choices and understanding how certain foods may impact medication effectiveness and overall well-being as we age. The condition appears to be more frequently observed in older adults, likely due to changes in taste receptors and detoxification processes that develop with aging. Pine nuts contain a significant amount of polyunsaturated fats, which can rapidly oxidize and lead to the production of inflammatory substances. This becomes particularly concerning for seniors who often face inflammatory conditions such as arthritis. Additionally, aspiration risks arise from their small size and slippery surface. This issue is especially alarming for elderly individuals who struggle with swallowing or use medications that cause dry mouth, a common problem affecting over 70% of seniors on multiple prescriptions. As the body's capacity to digest proteins naturally diminishes with advancing years, enzyme inhibitors present in pine nuts may further hinder protein breakdown during this period. Pine nuts are a calorie-rich food, which can create challenges in managing weight after the age of 65 due to the nut's high oil concentration and their usage in products like pesto, a popular culinary preparation. Alarmingly, recent studies suggest that chemical compounds found in certain types of pine nuts might accelerate the progression of age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision impairment among older individuals. Beyond 65, it is advisable to avoid these four types of nuts. Personal health, energy levels, and cognitive performance in later life can be deeply influenced by the choices made about which nuts to consume and which to avoid. Finally, always remember that making small modifications consistently leads to significant results over time. Now it is your turn to share your experience. Have you noticed any proof that altering your diet by including or excluding certain nuts has influenced your well-being? Let us know which nut changed your life the most. Share your opinions and stories in the comments below because your feedback matters to us.